Hi, it's Nick. I'm making this video to show you what I've done to my layout since the last update. As you can see, I completed my trestle, and I have one end hooked up to a switch, and it comes along the layout to the other side, and also I have it hooked up to another switch. And those switches are those new Lionel where you can operate them with the legacy control, and I programmed it where they'll operate as one unit, which one of the reasons I really like these switches. Also, what I did over where the tunnel is, the siding, I was concerned about how I was going to run the wires from underneath the table. I didn't want to go through the tunnels. So what I decided to do was bring it out and up on the outside, and I got the longest drill bit that I can get, and I drilled between the soundboard and the plywood, and I went in as far as I could, and then I took the track off, and then I went straight down with another drill, and I got it to the point where it just hits the plywood. And then what I did was I ran the wire from the side and then up that hole, and then I soldered it to the under part of the track, and I put everything back together, and it really came out nice and neat. And also I did it the same on that side of the layout where the siding is. Now I also completed the second portion of the upper level. I have the 3/8 plywood, and then what I did was I made these supports, and I secure them with 2 screws in each support, and the supports are made out of wood, and I made it so that it looks like steel girders, and then I put the soundboard on, and I glued it. Then the next thing I did, as you see, the steam engine, that's my new nickel plate road Berkshire. I received it last week, and I wanted to make sure that it cleared everything as it ran around the tracks, because it is a larger engine than most of the other engines I have. And I'm glad I did it, because I had two concerns came up. One is the girder that's to the left. That particular girder, that was at the end of the upper lever, and it just hit it when it came around the curve. And also I had a switch, so when it came from the middle track to the outer track, it hit it. So that's why I put it in the position that you see it, and now it doesn't hit it, it goes by it. Then the next concern I had, when it came in the inner track along the side of the tunnel, it hit the side of the tunnel. And then when I backed the engine up, the back of the engine actually hit the front of the tunnel. So I had to move that track in, and that's 060 track, about an inch and an eighth away from it, and it works now. So I'm glad that I did run the engine, and I had to run it in a TMCC, because I can't run it in legacy, because what I understand is, and I called this fellow Bill up, that I buy the parts, see if he had it, which he did. It's a sensor track, and when the engine goes over it, it sends all the legacy functions of that engine down to my base, and then I can operate it with the legacy system, and I can get a lot more functions out of it. So I'm glad I did run it in the TMCC for the reason I mentioned. So everything seems to be working good now. It clears everything, and it really is a nice engine. And when I get the sensor track, I get everything set up, I will make a video to explain about the details of the engine and its functions, and then I'll have a little run session, show you how it runs. It's a beautiful looking engine. Has a lot of detail to it. And also I did do one other thing before I end the video. Excuse me. The siding that's coming off the turntable, I wired it, and I wired it to an on and off switch so that I turn the switch on, I'll get power, and the light, bumper light, operates, and of course when I shut it off, you won't have any power there. And that particular bumper, that's from the 60s, it's a Lionel product. And also the wood you see, I will be putting a ground cover on it so it'll match the rest of the green. I think that's about all I did with this particular layout update. So I guess what I'll do, excuse me, I'll end the video, and everyone have a great day. Take care now. Bye.